Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are getting back in a TikTok with Black Uber Eats driver said he was arrested for trespassing after following customers' directions to leave food at the back door. Oh good, another TikTok where law enforcement enforces the law. It is not unheard of by any means that a customer asks to leave things at the back door. In fact, that's actually relatively normal. Some people ask to put it at the back door because they're afraid of porch pirates or whatever, or maybe there's a neighbor that steals their food before they have a chance to actually receive it. Again, that's not unheard of. That's actually relatively normal. So when I see something like this, I'm thinking, oh, the guy's just trying to do his job. If it were me, I would do the same thing. Go around through wherever, put it at the back door, and leave. But in this case, the guy got arrested for trespassing. Because excuse him for trying to do his job, right? I do want to be clear, I am not taking anybody's side until I hear the full story. I'm not this side or that side. I need more details in order to actually make an opinion on the subject. With that said, let's go over this article. A Black Uber Eats driver and TikToker said that after following a customer's directions, he was arrested and questioned by police. User Trey at Thinkliketraelidh says that he was delivering an order for Uber Eats. He was told to leave the food at the back door. I will leave the TikToker's profile and TikTok in the description so you could develop your own opinions as well. However, when he decided to follow those directions, he claims he was handcuffed and arrested for trespassing. I was just trying to make some money, he captioned the video. Excuse him for trying to do his job. Seriously, the law enforcement community really needs to stop with this. We actually talked about how a law enforcement officer shot someone with a stun gun just because he was trying to do his job as well. So I'll leave that in the description. Just when you think we're actually making progress with bettering the community and bridging the divide between customers, merchants, gig workers, and the companies, at least even a little, most of the progress is between the customers and the drivers. Now you got law enforcement just being law enforcement. Could it have something to do with the fact that he's black? Yes, unfortunately, but to be perfectly fair, we don't actually know that. The video was posted less than a day ago and currently has over 50,000 views. The things you do for content, huh? In the comments, many users suspected the alleged arrest was triggered, at least in part, by Trey's race. We know why that happened, one TikToker stated. It was probably racially motivated, another theorized. It could have. It could have very well have been that. It's not confirmed, but it very well is a possibility. Other users alleged Uber Eats drivers said that this was something they've long been afraid of happening. You know, honestly, actually speaking, until this happened, I've never had an issue with it. In New York, in Florida, never had an issue with it. Parking was always my issue. Like parking someplace, running in and running out when there is no actual parking. That's always been my personal fear. I've never had a fear of delivering something where somebody told me they wanted food delivered there. I'm an Uber Eats guy. I could take a screenshot or something and just give that to you. Or show you that. That's literally my fear when doing Uber, one shared. I jokingly fear this as well, another said, or just being shot for trespassing. Okay, that's another issue, especially if you're on a property where it's not just your household, it's like a multi-family home or a rough neighborhood or apartment complex. That's another possibility. But again, I don't fear it. I just do my work and I go. But that's why you stay out of rough neighborhoods when you do these apps. So that way the risk of that is less. Some advised going to the back door at all, no matter what a customer says. Nah, never the back door, a commenter urged. That would be the day I start leaving it at the end of the driveway or in the mailbox, another said. Oh my God. Well, first off, don't do that. But I think that's an interesting point. Like, even if a customer requested it, doesn't mean we should do it. Technically, no. Do some people wish they would? Yeah. Guess there's a point to be made. Like, if you feel like you're gonna be on the wrong end of the law, maybe it's best that you don't risk. This is why I still leave at the front door and act like I didn't see that part, a third explained. I mean, you could always do that. You could always just say, oh man, I just didn't see that. That's my fault. I'm sorry. and that's it. I feel like that's going to earn you a poor rating, but that's your choice. On Uber, you just get a thumbs down and that's it, but up to you, man. However, a few users question Trey. Oh, this should be good. Bro, how long were you standing there to give them enough time to notice you, call the cops, and the cops to arrive? A TikToker asked. Just drop, take a pic, and leave. That I'm going to challenge with the following. Does law enforcement actually need to be called for them to approach them? They don't necessarily need to be called if there's probable cause. And you know how they can misconstrue everything based on however they want, because that's how cops operate. And before we go too deeper into this, keep in mind I come from a family of law enforcement, so I kind of understand what they're doing, what they actually do in comparison. So you got to the house and they managed to call the police and for the police to arrive, and you're still at the house another route? Well, here's the thing. Again, do they need to call the police, or did a cop just happen to be nearby and he chooses to arrest him because he happened to be the witness of him going behind the gate and arresting him? In response to these questions, some theorize that the police happened to be nearby and saw Trey enter the property, motivating them to question Trey's actions. And you know what the worst part is? Between him and the cop, they're gonna believe the cop, because quite honestly, that's how skewed our legal system has become, unfortunately. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Why exactly does law enforcement not enforce the law? Like, do they have better things to do? And I've made my rant about law enforcement more than enough times in the other video. Again, that link's in the description. So we're not going to go too deep into that. Do I think race has anything to do with it? I think it's a combination of a bunch of things, between the discrimination of his race and the discrimination of gig workers overall, because I think a lot of people look at us differently and treat us differently. Or maybe I'm just building up something in my mind and I'm totally misconstruing the entire thing. But the guy shouldn't have been arrested for doing his job. The customer requested it. That's what the customer should want. However, this now raises a new problem. Should we leave things at the back door knowing that law enforcement is going to choose to not do their job and choose to misuse the authority that they've been given to pull crap like this? Could this guy have been doing something that they shouldn't have been doing? I mean, technically, yes. Anything's possible, but I don't think that was the real reason. If he's in a neighborhood where law enforcement kind of look at him funny, it might be time to change your address, my dude. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.